does, but does he really want to care about a hunting cat? That's the question. I don't think he would, and I, as a player, wouldn't really either. So he's probably just going to leave.
All right.
Back.
Then he's not the animal lover.
Not gonna check out those small passages down there?
Oh, I thought he would reveal that, but yeah. Just to look in there, what's in there.
Sure.
Maybe there's loot.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, of course.
Who knows?
What a fanciful, dream that is. Maybe there's prizes.
Like going here to look into the last two.
Worthy dug out tunnels.
Yeah, it seemed to be sort of prospecting tunnels. Probably dug out looking for more veins to mine.
Yeah, okay, Zyn is just going to let the Shokori be. Shaokiri, there we go. The hunting cat. And is going to return to the body. He'll stay invisible and say, just a wounded beast. Nothing to worry about.
His base is fruitful.
Oh, since there's nothing to worry about, it sure will be.
Well, Tristan wants to see it.
Okay.
I want to see.
Well, she sees the cat sees her, hisses weakly, and sort of moves towards the wall.
Well, no, it was not in vain. You get to do it anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got your back, sister.
Animal.
Oh, it's a cat.
Yes.
I like the fact that my cat just walked over to me. Yes, I'm a cat. Go away, Sif. We can't just leave it. Tristan's gonna say that the way up Zyn.
Rilinid looks at Zyn, looks down at Tristan, looks back to Zyn. What is she doing?
I believe she wants to save a wounded Shaokiri.
Another shrugs. Could be useful. If nothing else, we can take it back. I'm sure the guards of Arthas would appreciate another one.
Well, I could.
I suppose
I don't have
so.
enough pets.
It is a useful resource, all the same. Particularly if it survived these raptors.
Tristan will try and approach it.
Alright.
Rilinid looks,
Handle animal, please.
Rilinid looks back at Alauneari and says, "You said to allow them to have their animal vices, Alauneari."
Alauneari nods. Yes, it does no damage here, does it? Might as well. As she looks at her own two specimens, rather proudly. I prefer them in this manner.
Maybe it's the Eidolon behind her that's adding to the poor result there.
I just rolled bad. Aw, but I love you.
There's only so much tunnel to hide.
Shot, I mean, that we could do.
Tristan looks to Zyn. Can you help me? Please.
Zyn will sigh, take out one of his, rations.
Oh, that's a good idea.
His cat candy.
His cat candy, yes. Approach slowly, throw it to the cat so it can eat if it wants to. It might be hungry. It might have bigger things to worry about, like his wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll, I suppose, crouch down, try to look less intimidating. And wait for it to eat the ration and basically, try to make it approach him, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan will totally mimic Zyn.
Handle animals in.
Sure. Where's my skill check? There it is.
Well done.
Yeah!
That's a natural 20.
Go Ranger!
And the cat slowly creeps out, gnashes down on the ration, and sort of looks very carefully and very skeptical at both of you. But it doesn't really retreat.
Well, Zyn will approach even closer, very slowly, making sure not to make any threatening gestures, still crouching, as he basically makes soothing noises or something. And basically begins petting it slightly and examining its wounds, not touching them, of course, because that would be painful, just like getting a general idea of how wounded this thing is. Can it still move?
It probably can. It looks pretty bad though. It's bleeding, so something to patch it up would probably be a good idea if it wants to save it.
Trisha will try to 5-foot step. Like, do exactly like Zyn. She wants to pet it too.
When she gets close, the cat glares at her. Sort of raises its heckles.
She will take out some... the only thing she has is candy. She'll look at Zyn. Can I have a ration?
Zyn will give Tristan a ration, I suppose.
She will put it in front of it.
The cat glares very suspiciously at the ration. And sort of reaches out a paw and grabs it. And start gnashing at it as well.
I don't think this would be a good pet for you, Tristan.
She looks at the cat and then at Sakari and just kind of, what's the difference?
Sakari starts crying and goes into a mine shaft.
Oh, come on, Sakari, get back.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Well,
Rilinid does have a point. This thing certainly can be made useful.
I always wanted a cat. I only have Sakari that is kind of...
Sakari cries even more.
Sakari, get back here.
Well, can Zyn somehow get the Shalkiri to follow him? Like, gesture... Well, he can't really pull it or push it. That wouldn't work.
He can. Have
like,
an animal allows him to sort of communicate with it.
Sure, he'll try that whole natural 20 thing again. Ah, well. The DC for that
Handling
would
an
technically work.
You beat handling an animal's DC, even when it's wounded.
Yeah, the handle animal DC is technically a 10.
12 because he's wounded.
12, okay.
I mean, he's you're giving him food, so he kind of looks at you and, maybe tries to follow. He's kind of limping.
Well, then Zyn and the cat will very slowly move back towards the party, but upon being here, Zyn will realize, wait a minute, there's big things out there that might scare it, especially in this current situation. So he'll gesture for Alauneari to come over, or Rilinid rather, because Rilinid was, after all, the one who suggested to keep this thing.
That finishes stopping the talk of with Alauneari inside. It's all right.
They're just sort of standing around, seeming bored. I know.
Yes.
Well, the Shalkiri seems friendly enough, but I think that he is, or she, I'm not sure what gender is, out of character. Anyways, I believe if you have anything to cure his wounds, he would at least be able to follow us. In his current state, he will not be very quick, at least, and will slow us down.
Rilinid blinks and stands there for a few seconds contemplating and sighs. I suppose the sacrifice of this will be sufficient. Takes out the wand of cure light wounds from the holster, tosses it at Zyn.
Zyn will try to use it on the Shalkiri.
It's a ranger spell, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, you poke the Shalkiri.
Poke it for 1d8 plus 1.
1d8 plus 1.
Repeatedly. 7.
Yeah, it's... the wounds close up, and bleeding stops, and it instantly starts seemingly breathing much easier and looks up at him, seemingly with gratitude in its thin yellow eyes.
Probably
Good.
fine.
Yeah, Zyn will...
Starts flicking his tail back and forth.
Zyn will pet it some more, just once on its head, showing it, there you go, I helped you, and now you shall follow me. And so he basically gestures it to follow him.
The cat makes a a rumbling, purring sound and follows.
Rilinid stands there with his hands on his hips.
Well,
Wants the wand back.
oh right. I figured I might just keep it. It's useful. But then he hands it back.
Rilinid takes it with an artful motion, returns it, says, "You would do well not to waste your time on it. You're too busy shooting everyone, including your own family."
That was an exception.
Rilinid calls back, "They have tamed the Valkyrie. Unless Zyn is wrong, in which case we can hold him accountable again.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time.
Not the first time."
Yes, yes, yes. A cat. Good. Now, what is in these northern passages, if you don't mind, Zyn? Put your eyes to good use.
I can, I suppose. He will basically tell the cat to sit and wait, if he can do that.
The cat hangs around.
Sure, that should be fine.
It's
As he
snips at
will-
Rilinid.
Turn invisible and head this way.
Then he notices all the gore on Rae'nkalar. Moves closer.
Starts licking him.
Yep.
I like that cat.
Aww.
I don't like the skeletons. It's not healthy.
Does the wound close? Would be pretty cool.
"We have spent decades around the Valkyrie. It is fortunate they are no longer under the personal command of Lady Vytharia. Perhaps this was one of the pack that traveled with that alchemically augmented creature.
Maybe, or the burnt rouse we found.
Certainly a potential.
I merely state that because the Valkyrie in question appears to be rather strong for its kind."
Would it make a good undead?
It's a Valkyrie.
Well, I sort of...
Tristan looks sad at Alauneari.
Alauneari's uninterested at it.
Compared to, like, the fucking dinosaurs you can bring back, Manaki? Probably not.
It probably wouldn't be too effective as a skeleton, though.
I'll
Let's see.
interpret your silence as this room not being anything special.
There's
Well,
here.
Oh yeah. That might
there
be
is,
something.
moving in here, I'm looking because all these rooms have different numbers, and I need to flip back and forth in the damn PDF.
774.
That feeling.
Yeah. Takes a little while. Here we go. Well, you move in here, look around. There is clear sign of raptor activity here. A few feathers. There is a pile of debris in a corner over to the right there. To the north, you see two more sort of exploratory mining shafts leading in, and up to the right there is a larger passageway. More obvious signs of dwarven mining activity in this area.
Okay.
More debris. Looking in, you can see what seems to be bones or something sticking out from one of the left passageway. It's a pile of bones in the end.
Bones or something. If he steps like here, can he like identify the bones maybe?
You can make a perception check.
Sure. That's not a good perception check. That was a 2.
It seems to be humanoid bones to Zyn.
There anything shiny?
Not that you can see from here.
Well, that's something to check out later. This likely loops around.
Are the phones?
Yes, he walks in here and sees a very large sort of killing ground. It seems that this has been, or was, the raptor sort of, pantry. Basically, there's a lot of like half-eaten, half-rotting meat and bones and different animal skeletons and things sort of piled up in here. This seems to be the food storage for the raptors, basically.
Maybe there's something shiny there.
Maybe there's. First of all, it would be good to know if there's any, like, giant invisible raptors hiding here.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But you were going to tell anyway. You don't see invisibility.
Let's see. This seems to be basically like the big raptor nest. There is scattered fur, twigs. There are, like basically this is like a huge raptor bed. Bones strewn willy-nilly all over the place, as the raptors probably have laid in bed and like snacked on different animals and other things they've catched. You do see in the corner a collection of broken eggs. And there seems to be a huge pile of just things and detritus here.
Things and stuff. Okay, let's check out the rest of this. Crunching over the refuse here.
Sure.
Do be careful. No one else could see you if you fell.
I wouldn't want to be seen falling then, wouldn't I? Zyn so invisible will basically tell Rilinid the raptor nest is to the north of here, but there's humanoid remains in one of the tunnels leading to the northwest, yes. But not much else. There might be things hidden here that we can use, but it's a nest.
Do you think the large raptor laired with the other ones?
Seemingly so. There seems to be a particular fluffy spot at the nest.
Yes, I suppose he would.
Don't suppose you found any uncracked eggs up there, did you?
Sorry, what? I didn't understand that acoustically.
Uncracked eggs. If we found some, particularly if they might have been sired by that large raptor, they could fetch a price or be useful in some regard.
Then shakes his head, then realizes that that's a pointless gesture right now and says, no, they were all cracked. None survived.
Rilinid blinks at Zyn shaking his head.
Oh, right, yes. I forget.
Rilinid nods slowly.
Yeah, you two can do sign language, you know he's invisible.
Best put some glitter dust on him.
Yeah. So you don't lose him when he's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can make the will save, right?
It's like putting a bell on the cat.
I have no problem with keeping track of him.
But yeah, I think it would be worth for Zyn checking out this area more thoroughly. Maybe there's another cloak of resistance or cloak of something hidden in there.
It could be in the massive pile of bones alone. There can, as we found in the Blue Ghost, more ivory with which we can place on the bloody gecko to take back to our realm. I would certainly be very interested in spending time in here. Whatever's downstairs, I'm not too much of a hurry to find. Considering the loud combat, anything down there might very well have heard what's up here. And, we might not want to burn, we have burned through some of our resources already.
Detect magic. See if there's something interesting in the bones.
There's no magic in the bones.
In this bone pile. You know what I meant.
It's a 60-foot radius, right?
I do believe he gave you the correct answer, or the answer that you wanted, rather.
Yeah, there's no magic in the bone pile.
Hmm.
It's a lot of bones.
You can check that thing in the nest too.
Oh, sure. Detect magic on that.
What does Zyn look at?
Whatever that
this nest to see anything out of the ordinary, because
Right.
he knows how an ordinary
Zyn-
raptor nest looks.
Zyn dives into the nest and starts digs around.
Sure. He doesn't mind.
Sure.
Right
Come on,
at
Hunky Cat.
home, aren't you, Zyn?
Well, it certainly looks comfy, if you are a raptor.
Come on, Hunky Cat.
Interesting. There is no magic in that refuse pile, as far as Jocelyn is concerned.
You can direct your detect magic cone down those passageways if you want as well, Tina.
Yeah, I will just want to check the bed for magic items.
No, magic items is the only thing there could be.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, you'll certainly find Zyn. He's got magic shit on.
Yeah, there's
except
a lot
for
of magic coming from Zyn.
except for Zyn. Anything in the bed?
There seems to be magic in the bed. If you know what I'm saying.
Stop it! Seriously?
Yeah, I just work with what you give me here.
That's right. He gave you the correct answer, and it's up to you to...
Are there any magical valuable items in the pile of stuff?
Well, you do rummage around. There seems to be actually a sort of sprinkled collection of some gold and jewels here and there. Total value of 950 gold pieces.
That's pretty good.
With Tristan's help, you also zoom in on a necklace that sort of lies filthy on the one in the first. Seems to gleam and be magical.
Tristan will ask Zyn if he who has it. I guess it's Zyn.
Yeah, I guess Zyn would find it, and he would probably bring it to Rilinid because he likes these things.
Tristan can do it too. You just never
Well,
asked.
does Tristan stop him before Zyn
Yeah,
walks away?
Tristan says, can I have a look?
Uh,
He was just about to because she didn't know who has it, you or her.
Okay, sure, here you go.
Thank you.
God damn it.
Magic.
Yes.
Spellcraft, right?
Spellcraft, yes.
Oh gosh.
Looking to beat 15 plus the item's CL. Which in this case, if it's 10 or lower, would be successful.
Yes, well. It is a Fey Child necklace.
A fey.
Oh, that necklace.
So it's that with fairy fire thing?
Well, yes. Grants a +4 bonus when talking to gnomes, but a -2 for anyone who's not a gnome.
That's happening.
Zirf Nevlin count as gnomes, right?
Yes, they do.
As Fair also read, speak, and understand gnome. Also gains low light vision, dancing lights, ghost sound, prestidigitation, speak with animals.
How much is that for sell value?
3,000.
It's 6,000 gold worth. So
3,000, it answers
Let's
mana
speak with animal.
Oh my god. This is not happening.
That's a useless item.
No, speak with animal.
Yeah, but everyone else will like you less.
I'll just wear it when I meet an animal.
You can use your part of the 3,000 to buy a scroll. Speak with animal. Hmm?
I don't think that's a summoner spell.
Maybe not. You're allowed to use magic device, right?
Well, Tristan will tell Zyn what it is.
Uh,
It makes you more like a gnome.
Zyn is not interested.
I just imagine Tristan's eyes going wide. Speak with animals.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
You
So
understand?
Right, I can see
insights.
Tristan does Tristan want to come out here and test it on the hunting cat?
Yeah.
Sure,
That
go
is
ahead.
Well,
Conveniently.
while Tristan perhaps dives south then to check on the
What was the name of it? Necklace of
child.
Fae-child.
Fae Child.
Yep, Fae-child necklace.
As Zyn continues to dig through the pile. Anyone else do anything while this is going on, or are you standing?
Well, they're standing till I have to watch, basically watching what's coming up. If anything comes up the stairs, she thought someone should watch the back.
Rilinid motions to Rae'nkalar. We should look over the remains, see if there's any particular lengths of ivory we could sell.
I guess that's fair enough. Maybe we'll look through the ivory, or we'll look through the bones, see if there's ivory or something like that.
Yes, there might be some hidden valuables for you.
There is a shriek of glee as Tassius swings into existence next to you and starts digging through the pile.
What pile? The bones?
Bones.
Oh. Well, Tristan will, since Zyn says he doesn't care, she'll put it in her bag.
Do not tell anyone?
Well, if she...
With animals, Manaki.
Yeah!
You could certainly try it out on
Oh.
the hunting cat.
Well,
Maybe that's something interesting to say.
I am gonna ask it where it came
Ooh.
from. But Tristan
Sounds like a-
looks at Zyn. Should we check these... Whatever, I forgot what these mining thingies...
Take that
Tunnels?
pile if nothing else.
I already did. For magic stuff, please. Nothing there.
As Zyn lifts the innermost furs at the warmest and softest part of the bed,
Oh god.
he sees a collection of eggs.
Ooh.
Jackpot!
Zyn will shout down,
Seems
there
to be 8 eggs.
are eggs after all. 8 of them.
This is why I have you check over things again.
Well,
Yes.
are they worth anything?
Zyn would think that selling these to like an animal handler or some such would probably yield a decent profit.
So Tristan, how much money?
If you don't want to hatch them yourselves.
What would we do with raptors?
The question
I
is,
don't know.
what wouldn't we do with raptors?
Exactly.
Yeah. Welcome.
We could outfit a tiny army with raptor mounts.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not quite earthshakers, which means they won't eat us out of house and home, and the size is more manageable, Manaki.
The size makes them uninteresting. They're tiny. We can't put
Oh,
gnomes on
whatever.
these.
Don't you fucking piss all over everything like you usually do.
Fine, whatever. Let's just pour some money in the Lego Salt. Now they're at it, right?
Zyn notices that one of the eggs are bigger and much darker than the others.
Ooh.
Well, Zyn's going to take all of them, put them in like a fluffy bag or something that he's carrying around for just this occasion.
You like
His
wrap them
egg.
in like some of like the soft bedding from the nest itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that would be a good idea.
Keep them warm.
Sure.
So big and darker egg. It doesn't have to be blue, does it?
No. Well, depending on if you hold it in the light.
Well,
that's right.
metagame knowledge tells
I-
me that if it's
I might-
black.
Add sheep a potential mount.
Yes, it could be. It could end up being, with the proper care and tending, perhaps more serviceable than the dire bat is.
Maybe.
Now, if you could crossbreed a bat and a raptor.
Oh.
Get Andari on that.
Yeah, get Andari on that.
You've bred raptors?
Dire raptors. What?
Banner. Banner.
That's what we'll do with the Isle of Seven Horns.
Yes.
Oh yes.
They're like
yes.
dinosaurs.
All right.
Yeah, and you
Tristan,
take Underblood out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
Anyway,
Rilinid can sit
anyway.
there with its cane and said, "Welcome
All right.
to Vytharia Park."
Tristan will detect magic on these two.
There's no magic in those two.
Well, I
Is
suck.
there
At,
magic above her?
I suck at finding
It's
stuff.
the floor magic.
Well, no.
Zyn will suddenly go over here to like the bones and take a closer look there.
Certainly.
Well, Tristan will walk down to the cat.
Take a couple of minutes. Take 20.
The cat is looking forlornly, over to where Rain went and sort of sitting here.
She puts on the necklace and says, "Excuse me."
The cat looks over to Tristan, cocks its head like, "Huh?"
How did you end up here?
Hang
Actually
on.
have to cast Speak with Animals.
What?
Just putting on the necklace is not sufficient enough.
Well, I said you put on the necklace and cast it.
Oh,
Okay.
That's for
So you
7.
can talk to animals for
That
10
doesn't
minutes
like
now.
you any more than normal.
It looks like 8 minutes.
8 minutes? Oh yeah, cast
Yeah,
level 8,
yeah.
not 10.
Well, we can have a cool conversation in 8 minutes. So, how did you end up here?
Glares at you, and then it says, "Got lost."